Hi, my name is Abby Carter, and the person that I chose to teach was my 7-year-old brother Braxton, who's in second grade. And the tool that I chose to teach him was a tool called Okta's Rescue, and that was found on the Illuminations website. And the reason why I chose to do that was because it aligned with the second grade mathematics standard under algebraic thinking, which talks about being able to add and subtract fluently within 20 using mental strategies. And the reason why this website works with that is because first the kids have to, a number of octopi shows up on the screen that they have to capture, and at the end they have to say how many they caught altogether. And in order to be able to do this efficiently and quickly, they need to be able to group things in their head. They need to be able to group things in their head in order to be able to, and add them up together in order to be able to get the answer quickly. And so I thought this is really good for that. In terms of it being effective in teaching the subject material, it was pretty effective for the most part. The only issue we ran into is that rather than mentally doing things in his head, which I should have told him to do at the beginning, but I didn't, he counted everything out loud, so he didn't really use any mental strategies until the end, because at the very end I tried a different method to my teaching. There were three rows of 10, and so I asked him, how many are in that first row? And then he counted them, and I'm like, okay, so how many rows of 10 are there? And then he said 3, and I'm like, okay, so what's 3 times 10? And he said 30, and then I'm like, okay, and how many ones are left over? And he told me, and I'm like, great, so what's 30 plus 4? And he said 34, and he was able to solve that a lot quicker than he would have if he had just plain added, counting on his fingers or just counting them one by one. So this is great in terms of effectiveness at the very end. In terms of engagement, he was very engaged the entire time because there was a clock that he had to beat, so he didn't take his attention off of it. He was set on beating that clock and getting as many octopi as he could. In terms of efficiency, it was sort of efficient. The reason why I say that is because we did it on my laptop, which doesn't have a normal mouse, and he had been used to using a normal mouse, I guess, so we had difficulty at first navigating, but I made a deal with him in that he would use, if he would do the clicking, I would do the moving around, and after we got that established, it was pretty quick, time-wise. I would definitely use this in my future classroom, but I definitely would not use it on a laptop, at least for younger grades, because it's kind of tricky navigating the mouse. So I would use this in a computer lab with normal mouses, because it's a great way to teach kids to use mental strategies, because you can encourage them, oh, try counting in your head to make it really fast so we can get through the game fast and beat the timer. So that's how I would use it in my future classroom. Thanks.